A lot of rappers go to prison for drug charges, weapons charges, and even gang charges. But the worst of them all is rappers that go to prison for murder. Here are 7 rappers that became murderers. Tyrese Poe, more known as Kshordy, is a 21-year-old rapper coming out of Jacksonville, Florida. He only made music for 2 years, but in that time, he surpassed many of his counterparts, greatly surprising the city and industry. He was even surprised on how quick he blew up.
Why you think the streets gravitating towards your music so fast? Cause it's niggas that's been rapping for 3 or 4 years and still ain't getting the numbers you getting. You feel me? You just coming out 2 months and this
I don't even know. I don't really know. I couldn't even tell you like.
But unfortunately for Poe, his fall was quicker than his rise. On September 28, 2021, Noah Williams, better known as Spinner Benz, the creator of the viral Who I Smoke song, was chilling in the car with 2 other rappers, Deshaun Williams, who performs under the name Greenlight, and another man named Xavier, who goes by 187 No Face or BMG Zay. Spinner Benz went live on Instagram and accidentally leaked their location. In less than an hour, a black Range Rover pulled up and opened fire on them. Spinner Benz and Greenlight ran into the gas station, leaving Zay behind. After the Range Rover sped off, Spinner Benz and his friend went back to the car and found Zay suffering from a gunshot wound. They rushed him to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead on arrival. The following day, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office gang unit was on a lookout for the Range Rover and ended up spotting the vehicle while surveilling the Woodland Acres community. Officers pursued the Range Rover and they sped off, turning it into a high-speed chase. After crashing into a pole, the suspects exited the vehicle and attempted to run away. Once caught, investigators identified them as Tyrese Poe and his friend Lorano Span, another rapper who goes by the name Lil Cracker. Police said they found spent shell casings in a Range Rover, and Span was wearing the clothes that matched the description given on the day of the shooting. Poe was charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and gun possession by a convicted felon, while his friend was only charged with resisting arrest. Just a few months after the shooting, Spinner Benz dropped a song titled Badass Day, describing what happened. In the song, he said, "They sprayed up my whole side. I didn't get hit. I'm still confused. I still hear Face's voice in my head. I know he still got some shit to do." Poe was sentenced to 12 years for a felony gun possession charge linked to a separate situation, and he is still awaiting trial for the murder of Xavier. But that is nothing compared to this next rapper. He deserves something worse than the death penalty for what he did. Billy Bennett Adams III, more known by his stage name Ace NH, is a rapper from Florida that was on the rise after releasing his song Find My Way, which currently has over 500,000 views on his channel. Back in 2020, Ace was arrested on 2 counts of premeditated first-degree murder with a firearm and 1 count of armed burglary of a structure, but it was later acquitted in early 2023 after he went on trial for popping 2 men in a recording studio. But Ace NH took the stand and told the jury that it was self-defense. That shooting was believed to be gang-related, and the rapper self-identified as being part of the Crips gang. But the craziest part is that shortly after he walked out of court, a free man, he popped his 5-month pregnant girlfriend. According to police reports, on January 30th, 2023, Ace NH popped his pregnant girlfriend, Alana Sims, who was 22 at the time, in front of her car while her 18-month-year-old slept inside it. He then fled the scene and left her and the baby to bleed out on the street. What kind of sick man would do something like that? Court documents allege that Alana, who was 5 months pregnant, was one of 2 women Ace was dating, and she was getting in the way of his other relationship, so he offed her. Law enforcement said that he lured Alana to the New Temple neighborhood of Easton Park, telling her they were headed to a party to celebrate his acquittal of the double murder. They also said that Ace admitted to pulling the trigger and didn't seem remorseful at all. Days after the incident, detectives found texts between him and his other girlfriend telling her that he wanted his freedom and Sims out of his life and that tomorrow this done. She replied by saying, "This ain't the way, baby." I personally feel like she should have called the police and warned them, but who knows? She might have been fearing for her life too, knowing who she was dealing with. Similar to Ace, this next rapper was only out of jail for a few weeks before he went right back in for murder. Nas EBK is a popular Bronx drill rapper that blew up in mid-2021. In February of this year, he was arrested by U.S. Marshals for making terroristic threats after he was spotted in a YouTube prank video that was filmed in a local ShopRite. In a video posted on Bubba 100X's channel, you can see Bubba and Nas walking up to shoppers, asking them odd questions while screaming and behaving in a confrontational manner. At one point, Nas even snatched an employee's hat before threatening him, saying, "Walk toward me again and I'll violate you." It really seems like he was just being a bully.
Whoa, wait. Oh, yo, you gotta chase him. He said go outside, yo. Give me. Wait. Yo, relax, dude. It's the video, bro. It's just It was just a video. Yo, it was just a video.
I don't care what you doing, bro.
Yo, it was just.
One to my mother, I would
Yo, relax. Yo, look, it's a video. Yo, it's a video. Yo, Nas, you sure?
After his arrest, Nas was charged with possession of a weapon for unlawful purposes, simple assault, terroristic threats, and disorderly conduct. He was released quickly, but ended up getting arrested again on March 10th, but this time for second-degree murder. Police linked Nas to a fatal shooting in Times Square that led to the death of 22-year-old Idrissa Sebi on February 9th following an argument between the two. The argument quickly escalated with Nas allegedly popping Sebi, hitting him on the right side of his chest. After his arrest, Nas had someone go into his Instagram to release a statement denying any wrongdoings. In the post caption, he said, "Innocent, only God can judge me. Be home soon, free the guys." But even if he is innocent, I still think he deserved time for the trauma that he put that ShopRite employee through. This next rapper popped his own family though. 26-year-old rapper Ty Adam Washington II, better known by his name Egyptian, from Virginia, launched his career in 2018 when he released his single, Out of Body. At the time, Washington was living with his family, just trying to find a way out with rap. But things turned for the worse on March 28, 2023. Washington and his mother got into it with each other after she threatened to kick him out, and he wasn't having it. After a few hours, he returned into the house, broke in, and proceeded to let off rounds at his family. He hit his mother, his sister, and younger brother, leaving them all in critical condition. He then fled the scene and went on Instagram to release a statement as his last request. The statement said, "My last request for humanity is that you seriously evaluate the care that you have for each other. If this species is to ever evolve, you must stop eating animals, stop warring with each other, and take care of Mother Earth." 2 days after the incident, on March 30th, police found Washington in Rutherford County, North Carolina, and had a standoff with him that ended up with the rapper being killed. His family said they were confused to why this happened, and me being on the outside looking in, it clearly seems like Washington was suffering with some sort of mental issues. This next rapper made one of the biggest dance trends and ended up popping someone a few years later. Ricky Lamar Hawk, better known as Silento, came out in 2015 as a high school junior and dropped one of the biggest dance songs to this day. Watch Me is currently sitting at 1.9 billion views on his channel, and he had children across the world doing his viral trend. From 2015 to 2020, he had a pretty solid run, but in 2021, his whole life did a 180. On August 16th, 2021, Silento was arrested in Georgia for the murder of his 34-year-old cousin, Frederick Rooks. DeKalb County Police said that officers found Rooks suffering from gunshot wounds at a home off of Deep Shoals Circle, and he was pronounced DOA. Investigators didn't have a suspect at the time, but later identified Silento as the gunman after gathering videos from nearby surveillance cameras. The video shows multiple cars leaving the scene at high speeds, and the footage captured at least one gunshot. But to this day, they still have no idea why Silento would do this to his cousin. His publicist claims he had been dealing with some mental issues, and honestly, I believe her, because he just can't stay out of trouble. Just months before the murder charge, Silento was arrested twice in August 2020 on domestic violence and gun charges, and once in October for driving over 140 miles an hour on I-85. And when he was pulled over, he told officers that he was only speeding because people were following him.
Why are you doing 143?
Because I'm coming from Gwinnett and people be following me, and I left from the club or whatever, but I was trying to make sure that I got back on the right side.
Okay.
I don't know if he really had ops following him or he was just imagining things. Let's just hope he gets whatever help he needs behind bars. It's crazy how you can go from number 3 on the Billboard charts to a murder convict. If you enjoyed this video, leave a sub and go check this one out.